Bust out your tinfoil hats. You're in for a wild ride. All right, so let's just cut to the facts. The reserve list, what is it? In a nutshell, reserve list are cards that can no longer be reprinted. At least that's a promise made by Wizards of the Coast to collectors out there. So these cards are going one place, up. They just keep climbing up, and people are buying the cards out, and the cards continuously rise in price because they're becoming more and more difficult to find, especially cards in near mint condition. So just behind me while I talk about what's going on, where all this crazy talk of reserve list cards being canceled and the reserved list going away. Recently, Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro, basically Wizards of the Coast is going to become a division of Hasbro. Put your big boy pants on and have a seat. You're at the boardroom. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Good for them, you know? That's amazing. What does this mean, though? Well, it means there's going to be a bit more pool coming from Hasbro. Now, if Hasbro had any common sense, which they do, okay, Hasbro's not stupid. When I say Hasbro, I mean, you know, the people in the ivory towers, you know, the people who are creating the tacos, all right, not selling you the tacos, okay? There's a big difference there. These folks, they know what's, they think they know what's best. At least they try telling us they know what's best all the time. But they go a certain route with the reserve list to ensure collectors it won't be reprinted. And it's not going to be. I'm going to tell you that right now. They're not going to cancel the reserve list and start printing a bunch of cards. You're not going to see a Black Lotus come out, okay? These people, when I say people, I mean lawyers, the fat cats, okay? You know, again, the people in the ivory towers. They're not going to allow this to happen because if they did, there would be many, many, many lawsuits against Wizards of the Coast, against Hasbro. I think there were mentions of this years ago that they were contemplating, you know, getting rid of the reserve list, and people were just crazy upset. Lawsuit threats and all types of stuff, you know. And this new talk of the reserve list going away is nonsense. Let's call a spade, okay? There's too much money at hand. There's too many agreements, you could say. Like, I mean, they really don't hold any. They don't hold any weight. You know, some of these agreements, it's all just saying, okay, we promise we're not going to reprint the reserve list, you know. That's about the extent of it. I don't think it's written anywhere that states these cards will no longer be reprinted ever, okay? There's nothing like that set in stone. At least I don't believe. If anyone has any info on that, by all means, please let me know. But as of right now, there is nothing of the sort. So the prices on these cards, it is in Wizards of the Coast's best interest not to do this because of the lawsuits. Do I think that we should see a reprint? Would I like these cards to be reprinted? Not really. And I'm probably in the minority when it comes to saying that. But it's a collectible game, and I like nostalgia. You know, it's kind of like the sports card, you know, sport card collecting. You know, imagine like if they reprinted, you know, a 19. Actually, if they, you know what, even if they did reprint it, I don't know how much it would affect the price, because if, like, let's say a Babe Ruth card, okay, an original Babe Ruth card. I don't know what they're going for right now. I'm sure tens of thousands of dollars, some maybe, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars, okay, for a Babe Ruth original card from, like, what, the 1920s rookie card, somewhere around, I don't know, way back in the day. It's going for a lot of money, but then they did reprint that card. They did. They reprinted Babe Ruth card, just how it looked when they first came out, but it's a reprint, you know. it's not the original. People want the original. And the price of the reprint Babe Ruth card, it's not worth nearly as much. So if they were to reprint all these reserve list cards, I don't think it would have that much of an impact. And you can call me crazy, but people like original, unique stuff, you know. And just to really clarify, no, oh my God, I remember writing on this card, copy artifact, with an MTG Goldfish. I think I gave that to a fan. And at the time, it was worth like $1, you know, when I did it. It was not on the reserve list, none of that. It had to do with those MTG Walmart cubes. I don't know if anyone remembers that. But anyway, throwing my squirrel. What? Huh? Okay, ADHD, that's true. But there's no chance. It's all hype. It's all clicks. I'm sorry I even had to make this video, you know, mentioning the reserve list. But with more power from Hasbro, you know, it's not 100% that they won't reprint, you know, reserve. They won't cancel the reserve list and start reprinting those cards. But I just don't. It's in the best interest for everyone that they don't, you know, including themselves. So I don't know. There's really not too much more to say other than, yeah, dude, it's not going to happen. But if you guys think for 1 second that they will, you got something else coming to you. The prices on these cards, man, are just out of this world. And I like the fact that it's something special, you know, something unique. It makes it really collectible. I know they have these collector cards that they try selling, you know, and they do. They look nice. They got the shiny frames and everything. But this is nostalgic. This is Magic's history right here. You know, this is where all the big money's at. This takes me back to my childhood. This makes me feel old. You know, like I'm 18 right now, and I'm not getting any younger, guys. But this really takes me back to when I was like 13. You know, from way long time ago. So seeing these cards just increase in value, it makes me feel special inside. Guy has Cradle. Can you believe this? Over $1,000. This is MTG Stocks, by the way. Really, really great site for information on reserve list cards and pricing. And you would be surprised how many cards are actually on the reserve list. Like just right now, my mind's kind of blown away by the amount of cards on here. And little do you know, they do slowly increase the number of cards on the reserved list. I don't think they make a huge announcement. I think they just throw a card on there and bada bing, there it is, you know. It's not very often that they do that. I couldn't even tell you the last time they did. I just picked up a Karn Silver Golem the other day. Swear. What did I pay for it? Near mint. I think I found one on TCG Player for $40. I was hesitant. I wanted to pull the trigger on Karn for the longest time because, man, this is one of my favorite cards from Urza Saga. And I just never did, though. You know, I never did. I could never pull the trigger on it. I just couldn't do it. But it was sitting at like $8, $6. I think like when I first got interested, it was like $4, you know, in the last like 2 years. And then it just slowly started ticking up. And even when it was like $15, $20, I'm like, I should really pick up that card because that's going to be like $100 card within like a couple months. And sure enough, it's at like $60, $70 now or $50, something like that. And it just continuously goes up in price, like many of these reserve list cards. My best advice, if anyone wants to get their hands in on collecting reserve list cards, go with the non-basic lands. I would say non-basic lands from Alpha through Saga Block or Alpha through Urza Block is the way to go. That and also artifacts from that time that seen play. Obviously, we're not going to be able to go back and hey, I'm going to pick up some Alpha Mox Pearls. No, that's a little out of reach. But for some of us big ballers out there who can't afford those cards, by all means, go ahead. But you're not going to see Joey Moss owning any Moxes anytime soon. If you'd like to send me one, P.O. Box in the description below. But yeah, other than that, no way. North Star. I remember buying this card for like $1. 2-3 years ago, just for the heck of it. I don't even know why I bought it. Just like it was like $1. I'm like, all right. I still got it. I came across it the other day, and I had a little smile on my face, a little crap-eating grin, and I'm like, I picked this up for $1. Like, how freaking amazing is that? And yeah, other cars just continuously go up in price as people buy out. This was like $1 or $2 recently. I'd say no more than 2 months ago. This was sitting at $2, the Phyrexia Negator, and it's already up to $19.99 because people just buy this stuff out. So again, to retrace one more time, if I haven't said it enough, they're not going to cancel the reserved list. Get that silliness out of your head. It will not occur. I don't care if Hasbro takes over all the way. They're not going to do it. They would upset too many people. So in a nutshell, there you go, guys. I just want to go make sure I get to the very bottom of this whole list before I wrap it up here. But the revised edition cards, man, I swear, Rudy boy, you taco-eating son of a gun, when you start speaking about reserve list cards, but you like mention a specific set or something, because he started talking revised and how revised is on the rise. Revised was not on the rise when he started talking about it. Revised was on the rise once that video of his dropped, and it started, then it became on the rise. Then people started picking up a lot of revised cards. That just goes to show you the power that man has. Rudy, hats off to you. Much respect, you taco son of a grin. All right. But yeah, dude, mention here. What do I have a lot of cards of? I need to tell Rudy to mention a card or something so I can dump a bunch of stuff. We'll have a private conversation soon. Yeah, I'm just kidding. That doesn't happen. It does. Yeah, Sorrow's Path. There's so many cool cards on here. This card this is another card I picked up, and it was like $1. Forever ago. And now it's at $24.99. It's nutty, man. How these cars just jump. And manipulating the reserve list, that's another easy thing to do. Don't for 1 second think it's not. I've done it not even knowing I was going to cause manipulation in the market, and it happened. Holy crap! There are a lot of cards on the reserved list. I didn't realize there were so many. Oh my goodness. I guess because of the different versions of the card. That's why this list is so much longer than I'm used to. It's not just one, here's the card. No, if there's multiples like Volcanic Island and stuff, they include every set on here. So, and Wheel of Fortune taken off, holy smother and tithe, baby. ER. There you go. So, yeah, I love this card. That's it in a nutshell, man. Bada bang. So, yeah, get that thought out of your head. They're not doing it. Clickbait, clickbait, clickbait. Stop it. Stop. Making up for teenage crime.